Dear folks and good folks and bad folks. Hello, this is the Persian Perspective. My name's Shaheen Shukufenda. Uh, Reporting for you live as usual, taped live with no edits. Well, maybe a little. Today's show is called "Who Would I Be?" and the topic of discussion is who would you be? Who would I be? The point that I've gotten to is that I would be today a Ron DeSantis. That's who I would be today. Uh, why would I be a Ron DeSantis? Because I'm one of the Republicans that never served in the military. Uh, I don't think I had any time spent in the military whatsoever. But like all the others, that I'm one of these Republicans that follow being great and wanting to be great. Uh, and the only thing I really respect is the fact that people like uh, the U.S. military somehow had our backs. But uh, the reason that we needed their back is because we're under such attack these days from Black Lives Matters and Jill Biden. Black Lives Matters, Jill Biden, and Kamala Harris. I mean, we're under it's unbelievable. They're trying to hit us all the time with traps and guilt and shame about stuff that only the their minds can worry about, which is um, whether or not they're going to be president and they're going to be able to figure out. I don't know what's going on, but I mean, listen, Richard Nixon. Who would I be? Who would I be? Ron DeSantis, because I didn't serve in the military. Did anybody know that Richard Nixon served in the military? I mean, what? It's interesting. He served in the military and he was a commander, but he didn't come out with the slogan of "Let's make America great." And that's the reason Black Lives Matters was created. I think is because they were so upset about Donald Trump creating this slogan about "Let's make America great," and they started going back to whether or not it was about whether or not it had to do with racism and stuff like that. And the TV shows, the NBC hosts, the CBS hosts, the Fox News host, they picked time the whole 4 years trying to break every uh, piece of uh, piece of. I think Donald Trump was pretending to be Cyrus the Great or something like that, uh, because he actually wanted to uh, uh, be smart, and he wanted to be the best. And then black people started saying, "Why is Cyrus the Great the best? Why? What doesn't that mean slavery?" Because I think in America it has a different meaning than it does than it does in Israel. Because in Israel, well, Black Lives Matters. Uh, they like to do a lot of learning based on the present day Cyrus the Great, and they won't leave anybody alone. They'll keep asking, also saying, "So that's what made you great. That's what made you great." And they've filled the world with a whole bunch of shine, uh, so that people can, something I think Elon Musk has done. He's filled the whole world with a bunch of shine, so that I don't know if it's Elon Musk or it's other people, so that they can all get together and follow around the people who that like Trump's top, I guess, celebrity cast, because Trump needed a celebrity cast to go along with him, and he couldn't get one the normal way, and because of the political problems that the Democrats had with him, and the Republicans uh, wanted to uh, uh, say. Well, I mean, the Democrats have. I mean, obviously, the Democrats are. Uh, have their opinions about things in Hollywood, and they have their opinions about things in politics, and obviously there were not many. I mean, there were some, but there were some celebrities that that thought, hey, you know what? It's just words are words, and he wasn't doing anything that was much more different than what the other presidents have been doing. Uh, he he obviously wanted to be a Trump obviously wanted to be a tough Republican president. So I followed him for a while, and as you see, I don't think the Iranian people would have had so much. Uh, 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 Not inspiration, confidence in standing up and protesting without Trump uh, being a outspoken American president. You want to call him a dictator, whatever you want to call him. He wanted to make sure that America's freedoms don't get lost in the Islamic republics and in the Islamic Republic of Iran's deal with the Barack Obamas, and transfer that kind of situation to the United States. And he didn't want to see women stop being permitted to visit American beaches, or if they did, to cover their hair up. And he obviously, I'm sure he didn't want to see the fighting between white and black people, like Black Lives Matters versus KKK that we saw in the first year of his presidency or something. Because he could have, I mean, yeah. Now you know is but now there's not just Black Lives Matters. There's this now you know. There's this now you know bunch who won't let you do things that you did. And I don't know who that is, but whoever it is won't let go of their control over the shine people are using to think. I mean, there's people actually. Why am I trying to figure out who you are? Because the Democrats beat Trump, and if they, I don't know if they're supporting what they're supporting, but there's the TV hosts, the Beyoncés, the Hillary Clintons, the Black Lives Matters, which is really all you have to do is Google Black Lives Matters, and you see it's kind of like a Saturday Night Live for affirmative action. not in a funny way, but it's like a group of people who they've won awards like the Glamour Award, and uh, it's it's almost through it's through poetry and theater, and but the problem is that Jill Biden is the head of the class, and she's giving justice seekers a method to excuse her own skin color, or her own family's skin color, for the justice that the Black Lives Matter people uh, are seeking. Same with Hillary Clinton, and same with Joe Biden, same with the the talk shows and all those people. So they're all using the other skin color, the skin color of the people who were that who they that who well that's let me just get to what the point is. uh, Being great in America, I mean, Americans should just think that they're great enough to stop. Let's see if Americans are great enough to stop worrying about race and stop worrying about racial justice, and start worrying about well, I mean, and stop. I think they should stop seeking. I think somebody should start suing political, racial justice seekers like Black Lives Matters for illegally accusing people of slavery, illegally wasting time, illegally accusing people of racism, illegally accusing people of choosing to be I don't know, illegally accusing people of choosing a skin color, or illegally accusing people of choosing skin colors, and being racist, and wanting to use "Make America Great Again" to accuse them of wanting to turn America into 1700s or something. That's an illegal. Those are accusations that really, unless there's a group in America who is actually calling for it, because Americans are never bashful or shy or retarded about how what they want. If Black Lives Matter stop trying to be poets and use art and music in order to say they were better than another artist or better than another singer just because of that singer's skin color, then their lives would change, I think, in a more positive way. There's so many artists who are just simply trying to say they're doing, I don't know, accusing Cyrus the Great of stopping of whatever, and the question is, how are they doing it? It's been 4 years, 5 years. Trump is suing CNN for $475 million. Uh, I should be suing somebody for 5 times that amount because of what I've gone through uh, in the last 4 years, 5 years. I've been spied on for an amount that you cannot believe, and tortured for in an amount that you cannot believe, and uh, somehow people call it therapy. Uh, what I'm going through. Well, why else would I be speaking? Why else would I have videos that have nothing to do with anything? Why else? I mean, they make music videos, they make songs based on what I'm thinking, because they have lawsuits, and not just lawsuits, but they have news people spying on people by turning their shine up and following them around, and saying they hear, oh, we know what they're thinking now. Now we know what they were thinking. Now we know who they are. Calling it therapy, changing things in people's heads. And changing everything about their lives, making them feel like they could be, making them feel like they could be ashamed, or making them feel, I mean, really hurting them with pains, with electronic torture and stuff like that, and then using those people's thoughts for music videos from people like Little Nas X. I'm or Lizzo or other people. I mean, I'm one of these people who they are seriously attempting to use and then take out, because I broke the system with Trump. We broke the system, and we don't stand. We don't. We wanted greatness. We wanted greatness, and that's what they say our troubles were. The music that these people are making off of me is they're trying to. I mean, people. I've been accused with so much about being Cyrus the Great and being a slave and wanting to enslave black people, that I wish I could sue every single black person from Africa and from the news in Africa and the communist news in Africa and the other and the even I mean the communist news in Africa. It's really insane, because also from America, from the hip hop community and all these other people. I'm sure it's not something that's a secret. I mean, people have been talking about this for 5 years, 4 years. The Elon Musk things have the Elon Musk and other things. I mean, I have people that I know who people like Hillary Clinton, Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump. I don't know which one it was, but to have them talk about me to people. I mean, there's a rap label called Illuminati Beats in San Antonio, Texas, and a group of friends I had in high school I've been basically tortured about a case involving a friend of mine who I saw at a Wendy's. I saw at a Wendy's fast food restaurant one day, who jumped into my car and was had been in fighting. Had been A couple of friends of mine had been fighting with some people after high school. They jumped in my car, and I drove away from the Wendy's where there was a lot of people and a lot of things going on. I didn't know what was going on, but since they were my friends, I didn't stop them from getting in my car, and it looked like they had to escape a fight or something like that. So they told me to drive somewhere. I drove there. They picked up something on the street that I had no idea what it was, which was close to the Wendy's. They told me to stop somewhere, and then they picked a bag up from the side of the road, and then they told me to keep driving, and I kept driving, and then they said, "Oh, stop," because they saw some people. They saw some people that they apparently wanted to fight. I didn't stop there. I drove a little bit away, and my friend Aaron told me to stop again, and everybody in the car. There's 3 or 4 other people kept telling me to stop. So we were across the street, and I stopped the car. All of a sudden, Aaron got out of the car and opened the bag that we had picked up. Inside the bag, there was a gun. And when I saw it, he was pointing the gun directly at the group of people across the street that he wanted to fight, and that wanted to fight him. When I saw him holding that gun, and I said, Aaron, and I looked at him like this, and I was scared out of my mind, and he looked at me, and then he looked at them. I could tell his aim. His aim was so good. He would have hit one of them. But when I said, "Hey, Aaron," and he looked at me, and he thought for a second, I think, and he raised the gun higher than where he was aiming, and just shot into the air. And I was like freaking out. So but he got back into the car, and we drove off, went back to his apartment. And luckily, nobody was shot. Luckily, nobody was hit. 15-20 minutes later, the police showed up and started investigating what was happening. The group of us that were there all had our hands on the car, and they were patting everybody down, and they found the gun that Aaron had used. Aaron had used to try and to just hit someone with on the ground near him or something like that. Anyway, he got arrested. This was in high school. He was arrested, and he was sentenced to 5 years in jail. For me, that was one of the hardest experiences, because that's exactly what happened that day. And I think there's a lot of people in San Antonio, Texas, who know this story, and somehow Trump or Hillary Clinton or Joe Biden use that story to tell them and spread this kind of story throughout the whole United States, to say that this guy got away because he was white, or he got away because, yeah, because it was the color of his skin. And this is exactly the same. The way that happened, the way I described it, was exactly what happened. But during Trump, during Trump, I was put through a rape every single day, whether it was electronically or not, wirelessly. I had, my whole body was tortured like the whole time. And what they were expecting me to do was become the biggest racist that you could possibly imagine. And also to say that, you know what? These people think they can do whatever they want. They think they can be better than us. These are the kind of messages that were being spread to black people in the United States the whole time during Donald Trump, and even still today. And there's for me, I had there's so much stress because I don't know who's doing it. I don't know who's doing it. They make it sound like Hillary Clinton is doing it. They make it sound like Donald Trump is doing it, telling them these things. They make it sound like, and they keep using me and saying everywhere I go, people keep calling me Cyrus the Great, and they keep saying you stole a lot of shine from us, and they keep saying you're racist, and I wasn't neither of those things. I didn't do either of I wasn't doing either of those things. And they then one day in Los Angeles, I was asked at a gas station, inside a gas station, I was asked, what would you do if somebody said that they were going to give you AIDS? What would I? And I said, I would tell them to go back to where their shire is. And I said it just like, I said something like that. I said, tell them to go back to where the shire is. I've been chased around by people saying, so that's the way the shire is. That's what the shire is. I've been chased around with these words, people telling me this for the last 5 years. And they keep saying, so you told two black girls to go back to their shires when you jumped out of a sports car. No, I didn't. I was inside a gas station. I was inside a supermarket buying something to drink. And this girl asked me, what would you do if some black girl came up to me and said, what would you do if somebody said they wanted to give you AIDS? What would I do? I'd tell them to go back to their shires. And I have been just, and it's been not just about, I mean, it's, I've had, and I mean, I think the only ones who really wanted to start a war and I don't know this. I can see why Rick DeSantis wants to stop the woke people. I mean, every day I wake up, I wish I knew who these woke people were and why they're doing this to me. Because I'm not somebody who's anti gay rights. I'm not somebody who's anti civil rights. I'm not somebody who's anti human rights. I'm not somebody who's anti education rights. Like, I'm neither of those things. I'm somebody who, like, was trying to do movies and artwork, and the hate from the Democrats was like the only agenda they had from being woke, from all this stuff. It's like the hate for not that it's like, I was just thinking, like, look, I was researching the Black Lives Matter, and I said, okay, so they're Black Lives Matter. They're really like they get like an award for theatrical, not theatrical, but creative stuff. As far as creativity, to be a justice, I mean, to find justice in America, which is, you know, it's better than getting guns and going shooting people. You know, hopefully, it brings a togetherness, a culture of unity for Black people and also other Americans. Uh, Cyrus the Great, whoever they think Cyrus the Great is in America, in their version of whatever it is not the same Cyrus the Great that I believe in. So please stop thinking of me that way. That's never I mean, that's. But what I'm saying is, I thought black. Could it be black? Who's doing this? I'm just thinking about, who are you? Who could be doing this to me? And I thought maybe it's some of the rappers that the group Illuminati Beats was working with, because these people send messages to me all the time. And then I thought, maybe it's Bill Clinton, maybe it's George W. Bush, maybe it's Stephen Colbert, maybe it's Jimmy Fallon, maybe it's Kamala Harris, maybe it's the Ayatollahs. I mean, my whole point in life was working on freeing the Iranian people from suffering from living under conditions to where they're not free. And I mean, they're really not free to be free. I supported Trump a lot. Ever since he won, I've had these problems. I mean, I couldn't get out of bed for 3 years because of how much pain I was in. The only thing I could do was to try and make sense of the whole thing, was to speak about it on YouTube or tell people, but nobody really nobody could understand what I was going through. But it's not just a person. I mean, it's an issue to where, how do you stop being forced to live life by the people who want to say that they should pick on people because they get it because they didn't do something great. I think maybe that's what Trump was trying to do to me. Was he trying to pick on me because I wanted to do art and peace, to change, to make change in America and Iran? Was it the Democrats that are targeting me because of how much I supported Trump, so he could change the Iran deal? Because that deal didn't give freedom to people, and could it be them that's trying to, uh, or could it be people like my friends who want to, not my friends, but the people I knew in high school who have, I mean, I've been also accused uh, of being, well, I, uh, the difficult part about this whole thing is I voted for Trump so he could help me bring my film works and the film projects I had and the art projects I had to the United States. Uh, but they wouldn't let me in. They wouldn't let me in even during Obama. They wouldn't let me in during Obama. They wouldn't let me in and they wouldn't let me in during Trump. And I got upset. I mean, I think about all the real passion I have for the difficult part about this whole thing is I voted for Trump so he could help me bring my film works and the film projects I had and the art projects I had to the United States. Uh, but they wouldn't let me in. They wouldn't let me in even during Obama. They wouldn't let me in during Obama. They wouldn't let me in and they wouldn't let me in during Trump. And I got upset. I mean, I think about all the real passion I have for the real. I mean, I'm only making these videos because these people constantly harass me so much, and they keep trying to get me to make, I don't know, to do two things. One, sleep outside. Two, to make make rap music about things that I don't think that I should even be thinking about, or that anybody should be thinking about. Three, to think about what skin color I am all the time, which I don't think anybody should be thinking about. Or if they do, I mean, well, I mean, it's not funny because you really have to. The only people that want you to choose a side this bad are the people from woke, and if you're not with them, they won't leave you alone. They'll keep on bothering you and keep on bothering you, keep on bothering you, and they know everything you do, and they know everything about your life, and they know how to use radios and Shine and all this other stuff to drive you insane, and to keep bothering you and keep bothering you, and and it's like they keep saying that, they keep telling people in woke, somebody keeps telling them, you need to fight these people, you need to stop these people, you need to outshine these people, you need to outshine these people. And they think they have the right to do that to everyone. And I don't want to even, there's no hero to this, there's no sides and heroes to where people are there's only victims. I mean, there's only victims, because people are being driven insane. People are being driven insane. People are being driven out of, they're losing their memories. It's coronavirus. It hasn't stopped. I mean, this thing is coronavirus is not. It's like it's not over. It's driving everyone insane, and it's all about race, and it's all about skin color. It's all about I mean, it's like it's about forcing people to give up, the being great. And I wish I could say that they legitimately had a reason to try and stop you from doing that. I mean, I don't even think that uh, being great is. Look, I'm asking for people to come together and do a hunger strike for me, and do a hunger strike for until the people uh, have two things: one, freedom from religious government, like orders for dressing in religious clothes; two, economic security for food and shelter; three, uh, freedom from freedom from you have to. I mean, you have to tell people the the. I mean, it's great. The Democrats can't give. Uh, they can't give kids the right to be poets and stuff like that, and then blacklist me if I want to be an American filmmaker, uh, and then say that because I supported Trump, I should be tortured with being told to get a job all the time and having woke all this stuff happening to me. Or maybe it's Trump doing it himself, but I know the fact that you guys. I know the real reason is because you don't want somebody as eloquently thinking as me or spoken when it comes to politics and caring to be speaking so much and being a leader in your country. The establishment has never. Well, I just want to say that I never believed in greatness equaling that people should be forced to be working and forced to be doing all this stuff. I mean, countries are great. The USA was great. I wanted to make Iran great again because we built. I mean, those two countries were built from nothing into industrial countries, and the people did it themselves. The the greatness in working does have a lot of merit, and it can't be just simply mocked and uh, lied about. But on the other side, Americans don't get it. The greatness in Cyrus the Great is not about forcing people to work. The greatness is having religions be able to coexist with each other. It has nothing to do with enslaving people. But the only way you can do that is if you are free from the wealth that I look at and I want, and on the YouTube right now, all they show on YouTube is nice stuff, boats, houses, all this other stuff. Anyway, before the other stuff that happens during this is that they want you to say that you're the leader of the Freemasons and that you choose who gets hit and who doesn't get hit in the rap world, and that things are happening to rappers because of you, and like you're the reason that them and other people die, and that you hate black people, and that nobody should exist because of you, or something like that. Those are the things that I've been accused of. And then they say you're racist because you don't rap. You're racist. Why? Because you act white. What does that mean? I act white? Well, you play guitar. You only like white girls. I mean, just saying it makes me feel so pathetic. You only like white girls. You only I mean, it's the dumbest. That's all they say all day long, and they have voices from celebrity black people, celebrity singers, celebrity R&B people take over, like you take over your brain, and tell you that like they control everything in your life. That you're not that you're great. Uh, that they're doing this because you thought you were great, and you thought that this and that, I don't know, and they want you to just they want you to uh, they want you to submit and eat their pussy or masturbate to black people raping you. That's what they want. That's what the rappers want. That's what hip hop artists have been trying to do. That's what the Kamala Harris has been trying to do. I mean, I really hate Kamala Harris. I wish she was fired. I wish she was out of the White House. She spent the whole. I mean, it wasn't enough that they won the presidency, but they spent the whole first 2 or 3 years trying to control the brain of control all our brains and tell us that they control our lives, and that they control our finances, and they control. I mean, they try to say they control everything, like who you date, what color you can think of, what color person you can talk to, what color person you can masturbate to. Kamala Harris should be fired. So should Donald Trump. Americans should have never had to go through this crisis, which Trump, not just, I don't want to blame Trump, but the Clintons and the Kamala Harrises and the woke people are using some sort of some sort of illegal 5G communication to do this to people, to spy on people, to manipulate people, to control people. And Americans, the whole world, should not be going through this kind of this kind of I don't know, what do you call it when black people take over your brain and tell you that you can only masturbate to them, and that you can't talk to white people, and you can't, and the only reason you thought you were better than them is because you masturbate to white girls, or that you sleep with white girls, or that you're friends with white people, or that you act white. And they do it for years and years and years, and they try to, and Kamala Harris and the Bidens use their office to try and tell the girls that you like that this guy is this and this guy is that. I want them out of the White House. They keep saying that we know you think you're better than us because you're white, and you're Cyrus the Great, and you think you're better than us because of. And then they say the name of the girls you like, and they talk about the girls you like all the time. And they say that's why you thought you were better than us. Why? I mean, I want them out of the White House. I really want them out of the White House. I don't think Trump. I don't think there's any difference between Trump, Kamala Harris, and Jill Biden. I don't think there's any difference between Trump, Kamala Harris, Hillary Clinton, or Jill Biden. And I think that I should be president of the United States. I think I should be the leader of some country. I definitely think I should be the leader of some country. I'm not a genius in some of the stuff that people do in hospitals. I'm not a genius when it comes to airplanes people build. I'm not a genius in computers that people build. But I have a degree from the University of Texas in sociology, in American studies, in African studies, in European studies, and art studies. and I have huge projects that are great for society, and for people to come in and say you can't even get in the country because of things like, oh, you're a terrorist, or oh, you're not, or you're a racist, or you're a you only like white people. Come up with all these things and then try and train the whole world to believe about you. I mean, uh, that's completely fucking stupid, and it should be stopped. I mean, they should be people like that shouldn't be in the White House. I mean, they shouldn't. We shouldn't go through these celebrity reality shows when for people uh, that people in power want to destroy. I wasn't trying to destroy anybody's life. So why did Trump and why did Kamala Harris and uh, and the the Clintons and the Bidens and the Trumps and the Prince Harrys and the Meghan Markles and the Putins and the Khameneis, why are they accusing all of the young people of trying to brainwash all the young voters and all the other voters to think of me that way? Why are they trying to stop me from having the freedom to be a celebrity, or not a celebrity, but to have a to be, to meet with them and talk to them about how I see Iran, which is the reason that we're all calling someone I really want want them out of the White House. They keep saying that we know you think you're better than us because you're white, and you're Cyrus the Great, and you think you're better than us because of. And then they say the name of the girls you like, and they talk about the girls you like all the time. And they say that's why you thought you were better than us. Why? I mean, I want them out of the White House. I really want them out of the White House. I don't think Trump. I don't think there's any difference between Trump, Kamala Harris, and Joe Biden. I don't think there's any difference between Trump, Kamala Harris, Hillary Clinton, or Joe Biden. And I think that I should be president of the United States. I think I should be the leader of some country. I definitely think I should be the leader of some country. I'm not a genius in some of the stuff that people do in hospitals. I'm not a genius when it comes to airplanes people build. I'm not a genius in computers that people build. But I have a degree from the University of Texas in sociology, in American studies, in African studies, in European studies, and art studies. And I have huge projects that are great for society, and for people to come in and say you can't even get in the country because of things like, oh, you're a terrorist, or oh, you're not, or you're a racist, or you only like white people. Come up with all these things and then try and train the whole world to believe about you. I mean, that's completely fucking stupid, and it should be stopped. I mean, people like that shouldn't be in the White House. I mean, we shouldn't go through these celebrity reality shows when for people that people in power want to destroy. I wasn't trying to destroy anybody's life. So why did Trump and why did Kamala Harris and the and the Clintons and the Bidens and the Trumps and the Prince Harrys and the Meghan Markles and the Putins and the Khameneis? Why are they accusing all of the young people of trying to brainwash all the young voters and all the other voters to think of me that way? Why are they trying to stop me from having the freedom to be a celebrity, or not a celebrity, but to to be, to meet with them and talk to them about how I see Iran, which is the reason that we're all calling someone, which we're all calling somebody a travesty or a loser or whatever it is. I mean,